Assalamu alaikum badi ngal be konton min yalan ko level lam rola ngal konton ngal bismillah, yet another edition, special edition of Kacha with my humble self Wandifa Sanneh, Alhaji Wandifa Sanneh. Ngal be konton ngal be bismillah to program jibe just as usual me bati je ay iteka kenyadi as usual we'll go straight to the point. Video menu pare da men ka jibe wala ka siya dan memba jibe la live. Taliban ol anal associates ul al pare da ba. After listening to former mange trouble de. Si ngay da bambano ñing. Ngay bambano ñing, welcome back to Alman. Ngal be konton ngal be bismillah Taliban naral ñi ngal nal associate sul fal parida condemnation la pour ngana ngal condemn, because I think it is very important that we set the record straight. I'm here to come to reject your weaponization of outrage, to shift culture and stifle dissent and infringe on our right to express ourselves freely. And you see, lots of diamla body you didn't call a cookie and wala ñu ko amanke me kanja ni balankensen wala. You see, in a democracy, a United Democratic Party, for example, ninga taron freedom of expression aman na tolerate la anyhow, like hani domandi abakolela non tol dol bulu back. A party that was that is like 30 years old, but about 75% of our life movement niya continue at least insist on their right to express themselves. Wala na UDP belorembi tomini UDP ter, because yaya man la fi UDP diam yaya man la fi UDP la kaw ka finti. I still remember vividly Yamolu arrest because it was a public public address system or you use ika diamu iko manyana diamu la bi ni mol kana ka fo UDP ngole ko al nyandal hakil to la freedom of expression dole. I will tell you that UDP is doing the right thing of adopting and accepting freedom of expression, even if they do not agree with those people. Look, freedom of expression and democracy does not mean that you have to agree with everything that is said. But nina ra lañu ko fo jibe menka balafaning a fonendi ala comedian ala comic nature wala ñindiko, there is no single violation be either to the person alia asamba meya or the profession alimentrake include. If I have to be honest, and you know when I'm out to tell the truth. The only thing that hurts a lot of them is just the APRC picture of Faturi that I posted. That's it. Apart from that, there is nothing else that they can tell you. There was no insult. And you know, the funny thing is, I raised question about this page. And this is why I decided I have to speak with my fellow UDP members. I did not flag it just because Ndara siat. I flag it because Ndara jelengela content jibe kamane post. To be honest with you, maybe that was a late one or maybe a metal. But bring the Celtic because man select and June and the NPP call muka jam for back. But near page on name GB, yellow activity GB. Somebody wrote to me yesterday who was also trying to do some technical research on the page. Akonyoko is not being run by amateurs. It can double static images. It can turn into videos, AI videos. So you wanna tell me ko that platform me alonko yosi falke dabola ya dondile ya caricature, all kind of caricature teme mira ya beke dabola. He's their favorite prey, by the way, in case you don't know. So ni wala rakumat landa tambi for Faturema, which I completely don't agree with. Ninga wajenu fa ntema post ninja, and I don't need to see it for malaf kaji because it's horrible. Ninga wajenu, I would have called them out for it. Okay, highlight because nda wasi fala kadiyan. So even without seeing Faturela Fengo, man dabola kuonying highlight, but I came out to tell my followers ko this is a page that is vile. This is a page that is vile. Me along ko monye naka condemn. So na research men can nga fale ngale ko they have 3 admins all based in Canada, and I have a little bit more technical information on them. They all follow. Somebody also is interested in finding who they are. But wole kuma kama memfo at anybody, and I mean anybody, trying to attribute that to UDP is so unfair to the United Democratic Party. Grossly unfair to us. We are not responsible for that. And also, you know, this is internet era. Gambia, let's change for good. Certain things you just have to let go. Because people are going to say outrageous things, and outrageous things continue to happen on the internet every single day. But the reason why mine becomes a public outrage, as it did in this instance, is that the Talibans, when you tell them to have a head-on class on me, they will just avoid it. They don't want to. But they have a strategy, and they have been using it for the past 5 months. Wala ñi ko na kuma fodron nga try nga outrage ke na ni molbe kuyandi molbe na nga dengala. That's the only way. Ni killing kono, tell any one of them to pick me. We go down the road. Internet. Because ye fanke bully lelti man bully in fongo mano. Jamabe kono konante alandro ani fane agenda soto me alon ko like ani Gambia ko la agenda mantano. Fente bully be me wafila. Momo mala fito la agenda le ko la ke jawoti. So this is what I want to tell UDP. Alalonko UDP nata donko freedom of expression ka stifle le ko ñun do lafta ke ñame tembata ra UDP tet. UDP baluta and I keloke freedom of expression price of and democracy. Their insistence on these principles wala na be UDP tentenda kaloja. Anonna na second part of my program. Please lafta le la mo jela. Fatiha ra mbedo ko la dumala and talk to you more because we have more about the movement when it comes to their social media activities. Maybe Rafiat Jab and Talib and Ibrahim Adibala, I want to say something about it. So this is why they try to tell you, you need to stifle this one. But look, somebody that Italia and they are really scared of the way Omar Kidol exposed Nyame. And I'm here to tell all of those people, UDP Tambaila, take it to the bank. Not because somebody told me. But UDP tries to energy oxygen menna. In fact, during Jame days, Yaya Jamela mo UDP ko ni emure yeneng. That is the least form of punishment. Nendiro ni yeneng. And I'm not talking about ko nendiro bedara. Ni yeneng Yaya Jamela mo ni yeneng. It's okay. Ite lokita. Ike butele, ike fale dolbi je yeneng la family nyala. Ofo be mu do mandingolti. But B, if a UDP accuse Nendiro la Nendiro call, well, UDP la worst crime. You see how things and times change. If you are going to accept time or la change wanyama, why not accept kunyum falamu internet or kumo lebe falajam ko lebe kalaja me alonko alta sonnela. Wo AI video menu bejang UDP ka dolbi je bella moy kam intenga je force WhatsApp group hold. Nko ala fo nyum mare bara mari nak aman framansa ba so obviously na man dali. You know, dolbi je, you know, ML something fatty, nkajela malong but fatty kunango lan se borno kan. Na mera nugol bara mana kewdi. So it was somebody else mamfuta no. But to me no janne o video bi da viral. Nte nga fono na group ko nko ala fo ya bonde because niake I believe ko niake mola bi da kele la mola. So obviously nte encourage la. It's not a good strategy. Kila mol ke AI be nyo kiss la da wasifal. That's not a good side. But you cannot control all these people. So left body UDP ngo le understand. Wandifa is not perfect and it's not even close to perfect. But now what they want to do is because they want to make sure that they take this guy out. Because they are so mad at this guy. This guy has been fact-checking them. Ni agente ni meda no nyola. Ni nga kudol for men outrage teatra molbe ko man la genuine ba fa da political fon la genuine. Because menega manati ne must imam fenkeno mbika ineng ala origin muka bula noma muka bula la family noma kuma landa tambi faye. So this I near confused them. Now they don't know how to deal with me. I come after the real issues. Then Talib had the corruption. And Talib, for your information, I'm here to stay. For your information, I will not insult you. And if I do, I will apologize to you because you don't deserve that. Who deserves to be insulted on the internet? And also, to the opposition, before we talk about Yalong Kudol Bije, they are way better. They are way better nga jibe mbakela nyame than ka fofo lala. Niko insult. What is insult? Jumala famo be ntol kono membo ka nendiro. Yalong nendiro e context sodole. Fadi Haidara. Tengu. Nendiro e context sodole. But even near President Adam Barrow na NPP jibe. Minister, to be honest, state ministers, wole la nendiro ka, I can nendiro mention sial, to be fair to them. But at least biribe nendiro condemn, they came up with a scope. But I'll so mulka lo internet or young, it have stop insult. What insult are you talking about? And which insult is prohibited? Itemenko feka nendiro kela kuloto banketo. wala na birin government from alin kana son ka government men criticize wole call ke much better than us at least wol lotale ko sarba nsafe WhatsApp ila mbado mbe safe la I still need to talk to you scope like enendiro scope ke janyadi iko parental insult ya jale nyimbe nyame parental insult because momo kale ko you are going to police insult and I'm not defending insulters because I did not do it and I'm not defending it for myself. But in general, come on, you'll try to put us in a situation where it's just horrible. Masakunda for parental insults and what for to anybody, you are limited to a certain people. So there has to be a scope. UDP should reject this general notion ko nendiro. Alabula. And again, ibagala Wandifa la nyameng. This may not even be the last because I'm not perfect. I'm writing every day on Facebook, but every scandal is a learning curve. I tell you that, and maybe if I get better, Talib will resign from politics. So you are Talib for the mold kanga. So Nikoko just insult. What is insult? Who defines insult? Because insult your context or such as ndoge. Baronjay bu jay damu NPP let insolde so agenda sotole lambaro manke baronjay font lambaro gender matters ni kon insult ye muso kuma do yeni afa ma amanke ke wena ndoro ba muso ndoro lam men siate kuma do bi je ndiro lam do bi je aman siati do ital siarari amanke ndoro. So there is all these things there, but UDP they want to put us it left be file and control ndiro BS. NPP malam barom Talib Movement atol feretal atol ka moji bal ma hani men nyela kafo kono al fe ko men kal expose akala keba expose men kal fact check al ka fo ali nye bay ala bondi itakela. I'm here to tell you that. And I became very disappointed of my own kotoke Bamba Mas. Me and Bamba had a discussion. This was some time ago and we had an agreement and Bamba broke every aspect of that agreement. Every aspect. And I want to say this on the in the open because I have no grudges in my mind. That's why I'm brave enough to say it in public. Bamba should have avoided me or at least called me even before I began to call. At least his own parents, at least he should not come after me because his father and my father are best of friends. The whole of Jara knows this. Imagine what internet can bring. This is what internet can bring. But when this happened, unfortunately, a few hours later, I saw Bamba telling online, Ali Bay, Krip Karap, it's all necessary. It's all not necessary, my brother. When things happen, sometimes it is better we wait for the time. So, but I also believe, your followers deserve to know that you and I team a boundary lebije, and we all agreed on such a boundary. So next time, maybe when you go there, they nibe jibela, say jibe no with that context. This is somebody that your parents are best of friends. And then you all admit that you will avoid one another when it comes to these social media scams. And then you had a discussion on this. So the least that you can do is when you have an issue around that person is to reach out to them. But not go online, lead a group of people against them. To tell them, alabay, alfenge, aliketeng. I was disappointed in you. I have no problem with whatever you're going to say. Because but it is not right. I will tell you that any day. Please, if you are watching me, don't call me on WhatsApp, please. Maybe Marlon. You will, I will not pick you. I will not be able to pick you. It's the same phone. So, to those that watch Bamba, Bamba and I have a very close relationship when it comes to our parents. But he decided to come after me like this. And I decided to say this today in my program because I saw a video of Bamba that I felt I needed to respond to. Direct at him. Because Baba Jah came after him. And those are the things that need to be like an outrage. Because when Baba Jah came after this man, the things that he said are very unnecessary. We go after Baba Jah. You don't know what kind of uncomfortableness can cause. The most vile people, we are the best to go after them. The most vile ones again among them, we are the ones who can put them to check on social media. So Bamba, let this be the last time. Let us not go down that road again. It should not happen. When I saw Baba Jah's video on you, I was vexed. I'm vexed, to be honest with you. But there cannot be another, because at some point people will be tired of the outrage, because you caused an outrage here for Wandifa. So now the outrage, I don't mean to repeat any of this, but he went as far as attacking his deceased wife. You know, that's the height of it. There should be a public outrage today against Babaja for what he said about Bamba. I personally, and when he talked about his father, I was vexed again. What can I do? What can I do? I can only talk to Babaja, because Babaja no ko keba kulomba lola mate fonti. Gambia bi alna kate man kulom. So nata nunko Babaja ya fongo respect. The least that he would do is nabe Bamba mala fay Bamba ma barka Bamba la parents solvo and other things. So you see, if we don't focus, a house divided among itself cannot stand. It is going to be ugly for me to try to address Babaja, address this man, and try to take side. When actually you know me yalong kolo fongo bolo rabande no fongo black line. What are cup live ke? In fact, 1 or 2 hours after the incident, you na post Bamba was live. Because you know why I'm telling you, saying your name. It should not happen. Either you should be the one to guide me, if anything. You should call me. You should call me. I don't can for $7 bala nila diamo. Nini mo fulo non takula jaw $7 bala. So let's avoid that. Before Facebook, there was family. Before Facebook, there was family. I saw your father in my father's house. Imagine that. How did the internet turn to such a place that you will go and lead a group of people to condemn me without reaching out to me? I saw your father and my father in very difficult times, and they were standing together, farming together. Bamba. When I saw you, I was like, yeah, you will always pretend to your go, maybe he's just another. I'm not an ordinary person to you. You know that. So reach out to me if there's something you think is wrong. And I'm not saying you should not condemn me, but reach out to me first. Like we agreed before. Before you just go. So, but UDP nak ilafta menkelalla alkana songala. Ilafta alkonandilale. Ka alamu anuyajala, you see recently the Taliban keep talking about Suleiman Cham. Suleiman Cham. Suleiman Cham was very comfortable between their ranks. Suleiman Cham was Taliban. Abinun Talib. Sa abori another UDP now it had out la what money be safero fati ay to be da ko so fo dara da ran keto je fati hydra do tondi fati hydra Fode Jawla Babukar Siddiq Sayka Suleiman Chamfana, and Suleiman was very much part of them. Now Suleiman is another problem. You see dukare alkane la moy Taliban sola. And I will tell you some foolish attacks and very unnecessary attacks. Very unnecessary attacks. There was no outrage. 2 of them, not 1, 2 of them. In different times, Findi dala nung. Kafuko yalong bayoson konin sidiki, ikanyi saferol menuke, ikefanke propagandi so lelki, yankuba daboe, Brikama Area Council. Mark Jane. Talibano. Makila topic ko muna sa fenya mangeja bikarabay. Karaba. Ha, iko Babukar Sidiki, mo fula la nyindi de. Anon mo fulo nyim fama be imam finti passé mo la fika do nyim because do nyim, to be honest adama muna na fonte ka avoid but nda fem fula bul ko sobin. The more you give them, the more ka time dila, the more la julo ka jamfa ibe fan den na men. Ibajala the time that you come after them, I can regret le. KMC movement mbalanda wala mbalit. Mbalit. Talib na la ka fo mo mbalit. Talib mbari yala ka fale nyaadi mbaras Talib molbe ni campagne waro si da jalol be kala fala Talib mbalit MC mbalit Karafa mbalit mbalit rek ñu mu mbalit wol di la vil ekeda no problem ngela ko mo mele. You see these 2 people nganyul men file men finti in the past. Eko Bayo Sonko, just because Bayo was posting about Yankubala progress, eko the propaganda law. Billah wallahi taala na Taliban wala nyingi. Imagine ninta findi danga vodronko karamo ani Habibu Sisa manya ka ibe propaganda la post ka development on post tonya about Talib amanga tonya manya woman kela dogwod. These Talibans did this, and these are part of the people that condemn me. Ngama ko soti jamme fana en condemn. Allah o me yalon ko nendiro la ko da ni ngomo ni wodi am reje bo mo yela bay ngebilem woni modun da nyola ayo call anu ayo ba call ka banen ka record kana play internet dot I remember man call majang Allahu alam albe ayo moy sila bari ngol jumal la fombo some of these people how can you even listen to those people and again nandiro kuliyatale bari naka bonang in a fake profile I think you know the way Western world are dealing in Nanyang, that's what you need to do with it. Because at the end of the day, fake profile or page, and that this page, yeah, I tell you not, more sophisticated on the comment. If man tag directly to NPP, but in along go quickly na quite la agenda. Many factor and ball. UDP la floating UDP. That is very clear about their agenda. That is very clear about their agenda. Ilafa UDP nyala. Yeah, Talib Mbalib. Karafa Mbalib. Talib Mbalib. Tombong Mbalib. MC Mbalib. Ni baby da Mbalit le. Nyolu ilina agenda be Mbalit. Ngabe la boy. Ah mbe ko mel la ka to le alo ngomune no wala tina. Wala na lafa dunia be yon kong albe wuri la jana pour tout part tous wona dara UDP is here Wandifa is here nobody is moving an inch no organization is moving an inch if anything at all bita into you'll disappear into isolation atole be disappear ngadoje wo be there in birum ko be kering biri esanjay the young academician who I don't even have any negative opinion about actually I know some people who are related to him yalo gambe osifa fanga mola mind chief but ngome nga gayas la fenkol seanya article seanya so nga gayas la article sea on esanjay what my mem fon savente maje but I guys must have la baldi and I commence nga like even though aka mole criticize sometimes issue and topics and national issues aka wole analyze safer la kendolo so ngo sea nyame birimbo do sea la drong within an hour or two ngala dindindoje melango he did not condemn me before afindi na fat al Wandifa UDP should suspend some of their members ngo yajira Gambia beten birim mala karamo ma be dere Talib Mbalib Karafa Mbalib Tombong Mbalib MC Mbalib al bebi da Mbalib apte benna ate wokla al kamem be duata jabila alla duata jabila UDP la alfa la dual wala be jabila wala be jabila de al lafta me ngom menna wote kala so atul ko al jawla al ba pikla wala al yeminu jamfa al ba pikla wala wol nyanda jumala tule la kafo kono ni be jumala bayle la kafo kono ibe jumala tula kafo kono ani be jumala bayla I mean, what are you guys? Okada, the Okada movement. Okada movement. Al Okada nara amro beri kana siana sate kono de alkalang dun siana. Dan nala Okada mina. Nala Okada leta bari mung. Okay. So I did my so far information on these people. So can you summarize? Every scandal is a learning curve. But I want to tell you, the way they are trying to weaponize public outrage. And this one was a very big miss one. In fact, don't miss that. It's a very important one. It's propaganda level for NPP nkolo. I love to think la baranata tinya o manati nyinko overshadow. I'm happy for that. But bamba Baba Jaya memfote. Amanya na delano. When there should have been a public outrage about that because mo bukata mo la mo no menu bande kate ikenen iko kuma fulu nga foma o manya na sodla Jakarta borom Jakarta yi ya xamlo dara sax ya xamlo ñi sax ñi xaliss fum dug rek aja fati ni ko ñako rek Wandifa fati mu ne ndeg la fati fo ndego de aja sane o be dialel okay aja sane no problem say aja sane you are my friend. These people are funny people. Hani NPP ni la mansakunda at least you call ko parental insults but UDP al kana so nyulka fale dro nendiro boom nga UDP la modo fonje elected official imagine nyim men kamunda senfuri kamunda ko tapalapa when it comes to Talib and UDP do adna situation nga ako Wandifa Sanneh and ko for their violent attack imagine that iko bonino UDP ko fon da ko no violent attack ko nga men ka fa tour la is violent attack imagine that you see They blow things out of proportion. They blow things out of proportion. I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in freedom of expression. And, you know, no opinion at all. For always. I know that I have some very contentious goal. I believe the media should be empowered by the government, but also the media should be held accountable. I believe that the government should start giving subventions to the media outlets, many along, but also not the online ones, because the online ones, okay, I run a YouTube channel, you know, Mark Jan, I think I once sent you a screenshot of the highest amount. What time on the channel was barely 7,000, 8,000, yeah? So during this period, I was home. I wasn't working. I was focused on other things. So I was posting, I remember, like 17 videos now posted, and I made 500 euros. This is YouTube. So if somebody is telling you that they have a big channel and they don't make money, no, that's in thousands. Come on, let's not symbiotic relationship all along. So in the political party, we are contributing to the online media. Many along they are able to monetize their content on YouTube. That's the main source of revenue. Facebook, it all got delivered something like a. So if somebody is telling you, it is all sacrifice, they are not getting anything, that is bogus. Nila channel demonetized to be baffling a problem so the sound channel door. Hey, I need it. Wandifa for nabe online space of the So I do not carry any guilt when it comes to this issue. I'm sorry. And to my fellow UDP members, I promise you I'll be better. And let me do some self-criticism of myself here. By then, accountability. What have I done wrong? First and foremost, I think it was unstrategic of me to post about that issue without bringing the other side. I just stated my opinion. But to be honest with you, while in the video, I didn't want to interact with it. So that's it. But that was an error, strategic error on my side. I should have posted it along with the other side. I should have done better with that. I should have come up with something instead of incorporating, because outrage, like I said, outrage APRC photo. And I'm sorry, it is within the limits of freedom of expression. Okay? I should have just come up with the evidence of what he said and then put my writings on top of it. So I will take that as a self-reflection and self-criticism. Yeah, self-criticism. We have to criticize ourselves. Or maybe I should have just, to avoid, let's say, to be able to deal with the critics, I should have just excluded that picture and just criticize her directly. Yes. And I will take that. But coming careful, there is something wrong with the substance of what I said. You know, questioning the journalistic ethics and and you see, my brother, my humble brother, came up with something yesterday saying media outlet or boycott. Not even the Fatu network or the Kerfatu. None of them should be boycott. Until I believe, like, you see, I work based on principles. Why? Because I have a principle that anything that is Gambian owned, nte Wandifa, ndatiji ka boycott B, ndatiji ka boycott Sama, ndatiji. Now you follow that? Hani bi ko Kerfatu boycott ndatiji, nta boycott. Why? Because Kerfatu is a media outlet, me alonko. Gambia di la low. Ala hard work like a low. So if anything, ni mon contribute no ka makoy, kala business out nyan token. Ka fo ko kambe ngala company tinya. And when it happened at the Fatu network, ngani principle killing upheld. Gambia no be kuja ubale kala, purunta nga fo ko mba boycott la. To be honest with you, I'm not gonna do that. And I didn't go after Kerfatu ka fo ko ben ko nyanda boycott. Bara nga bamba jël kuma ba fo ka mala ko nyanda jumale boycott la. Bamba, you see, if you will allow debate, we would have debate based on principle. These are the substantive issues that we need to be talking about. We don't have to call for boycott of any Gambian media outlet. Any business owned by a Gambian, we must not work to destroy it by any account. Alanganda wandala kurudoro. Nimenda wala nite man comfortable ka jibe, kana jibe. Nite man comfortable kataje, kanataje. This is Wandifa's principle. Anything owned by a Gambian, I'm not gonna take a step to destroy anything Gambian. That's my principle. I will not join, even if they say today boycott Kerfatu Ndataji. Boycott. Why? Because I believe that it was founded by a Gambian who did work to establish that. And like a Gambian killing full of employer. Why would I work to destroy that? But you wanna tell me that it is such a sacred institution that I cannot criticize the people who work within that. These people work within the limits of freedom of expression. Let's not make ourselves look like the President Adama Barrow and his NPP are more tolerant than us. And UDP, your takeaway from this show is, don't allow them to weaponize outrage. Don't allow Boy, nyimbo akumo jara bakala man. Be life ben call na ko be life ten call. If you just text me, right, I would have seen your message. You know, but even text now. You can cost me and you will tie jono, you know. So now you will tie jono la dia be no la. Okay. No, Bamba so wala nanko sometimes in democracy we need to more genuine ring democracy because I would love to have a conversation with Bamba about that. We cannot call for any boycott. And Narunko is a media institution which belong to Fenko, what's it called? Gambian Media House. I will not call for that boycott. And if I make some of them make a Kodole make from us. Let me make this clear. Facebook is the only Gambian in the political atmosphere I may be Sisla because I dare post it publicly. But a lot of people I try to help them. I have 2 YouTube channels. I be monetized. Go and check when last I posted on YouTube. I don't post there. Because ninka content you know, amidst all these controversies, post na channel I think it's not right. Go and check when last I post on my YouTube. Maybe I'm going to upload this one there because I haven't posted there for a long time. So, comment because sometimes they just elect channel but I interact with Gambians on Facebook. I have 5 people who I have nothing to hide. Team no still no lie. I'm gonna tell you exactly. Ndela bank account okono, jang, PayPal, Falafenko, YouTube la dalasi. Anene man dunje na dunda alama nin fada ngata jahannaba. Nene ma YouTube Facebook la dalasi do dalasi. Because all the money, all the subscription ngamo $5 like I said, remember subscribing to my channel, to my Facebook. That's just a tool man they made it available to me and the stars. If it ever made the threshold of $100, that's the time we buy Jola. My daily pay is way more than $100. What does $100 mean to me? And I'm on for the follow. So it is not like some of us. Don't come here going over YouTube. Like YouTube, a video upload, UDP called interview. Yala UDP to like obey. That's where the stream revenue is. I don't need to back like Social Blade. I will tell you the website. Go to Social Blade. Ya jibe every YouTube channel me alon ka ma monetize because jama be ni la monetization tool ta because transparency la be jansa dol ka fala muka fen soto al fendal dol ka sacrifice like clip karab I show you go and check on socialblade.com ida jibe ka jalle soto no approx aboka exact approx so momo ka fo ko comment go you know these media outlets maybe YouTube they get nothing they are just sacrificing for us no Ndela channel when I did this, Mark Jana Ajala ngani menke €500. Ngasoto on a page me it was about 3,000, 4,000 followers. No 4,000 almost 3,000, 2,000, 3,000 mava. This was last year. Just experiment. Remember series work on so I decided to intensify. 17 videos. Yeah? 500. So I mean, if somebody is posting every day, so if somebody is saying that person, you know, in channel will be able to you know, it's just based on advertisement. No, so facts are facts. I will say accepted, Mark Janet. Mark, you know that yes. Mark, of course, you know, no London. It is all London. In transparency international, I send it to Mark Janet. Na YouTube dashboard. I don't know of an it followers or 3,000, 4,000. You make like 500 there as an experiment. What more 17 videos all post, you know, often in a month is too limited. I have the evidence to show you. I will send you the screenshot. So ni me ka fale ko YouTube be jel to every day be bataga bu ka fen so je. Ni la fa kodos la YouTube. I can help you. But you have to be doing it constant. And when did you ever see me being like a constant YouTuber? Anka kodo video post je always. So ntobe Facebook men do me lila wara surule. Alkana miranga fen so je du kara moro alkana tok biya. Mu ka fen so je. Taliban will be there. Yeah, Wandifa content create whole LT. Yes, because you know that I'm creative and Talib is not creative. You know that I'm creative, but Talib is not creative. Talib is not corporate governance. Corporate governance. Akade no wala na reala benundo ko la insurance company. Wala na Talib ngonte fo nga nyuli je ka fo Talib. Mark, ali nyen Talib ko wala la de. Nyen Talib ben suda. Give credit to Mark Jana too. Because ngela video plus sama kejel baring no. Ya jale Transparency International, I don't know Transparency International. Ngela video kejel to jale. But in that period, I not ninga kejel at all it will be one. But I remember I have not posted your video I think in like 1 year. Because I had an ideal for mantra Google. And also in general mantra post ka YouTube. Some of the people men kan jibe yalla no kon defon famara YouTube. Aja fadi aja ni wa ben no ya ben troll kan. Makla. Go Al Talib fight. Talib Kabrin 2018 account mo corporate governance. Atata corporate governance idealu. Atata wala sama KMC ama work. Anen corruption obadaji. Ate Talib Ahmed Ben Souda. Corporate governance. Al tala interview jibi ala fen ko debate. Nga video fonction le nga fon process. Anu ndeysaan UDP ngolu Taliban ni wurantoti ala hakiltu. Nga fe nyama lolo ko so nga information on me lo wala I am a target. I'm going to tell you this for free. Nga lon na ko for a fact 2 solid cases. I'm not even so how inta jam fa no la ko. This Taliban ole be mol blackmail kan dame me alon ko ke target ke try ke expose using nude pictures ke intimidate blackmailing. 2 solid cases nga belon. So some of them nindala ko wulte be wala non ko bambay ko du kare sabari. Bamba may be dissatisfied with me. Comment na rajana once kolam. I will not insist on it, but mbafulal. Since the Talib Mbalit, Tombong Mbalit, MC Mbalit, Kemo Mbalit. Om singera moto mana duni jere. Guy youth leader nya tamen dara lo brika ma ka mo le kon to lañing movement no ñato ngata. Wabilla wallahi tallahi la ñimbo ikata mo ya moto wa fole ka fo to lay moto lambutain. Ñim moto lambutain na de. Ndu engine fanandal alasa. Jul fo le gambenol yabule. Billah wallahi tallahi. Boy demen kan call no WhatsApp. Yo President Ben, President Ben me manga fenti. President Ben Mark Benya Betinyale, ye Benjele, he could have learned a lot at the commission, but no. He could have learned a lot at the commission. You see, Birinyum commission but Ben Jaka Kasdi. Ben Manaka Kasdi. Ya foile ko be processing kala nyawnya ke nyanya mela ko auditol Travel Bakari Gambia Baraka. The auditors, you should be able to help the auditors to trace anything. Anything that has to do with money. So you give cash to those people. Did they give you a receipt? Probably not. I think not. Okay? You just gave them cash. Tomorrow, if the auditors want to trace that, how are they going to do it? But if you had deposited it, given them a check, you understand, or a bank transfer, the auditors can very easily keep track of it. Yeah, the kinde kala finga yung Talib Movement la wala nega ni ngam balik jedro nga kilo kada endeng kilo. Yeah, understand? So the Talib did not even learn from the commission. That's how incompetent Talib is. I don't come for the many administration or why will you give cash like that? Important commission of all the things that you've had from the commission, all the things, yeah. La mbise de ko magba murana na sun magbang asike so Talib ka kodo di kas bring o jonko when is this man going to learn his lessons? This is not the way to go about the business, you've been told. The other thing that I want to do mbena camera angulo shift la demande yala kala fika fale ko Wandifa lem enemy di Wandifa la kete Wandifa is not even going to take credit for dismantling the Talib camp within UDP. Because I have evidence here. I will not take credit for something that I have not done. These people, they just hate me because of the way I fact-check them. But that's because you make sure you'll be squeezed out of UDP. You're squeezed out. I'm gonna read an article for you here from Anunte and the squeeze and UDP Tembaila. Hello, can you hear me? UDP Tambaila. Okay, we move. Okay. Alila manyang article. Okay, Alila manyang article. Okay, this is Buba Sananjai. The date is October 4th, 2022. October 4th, 2022. This article. Alila May. Talib Bensouda, a man who disappeared from his party and ignored his rules. That is the title. Talib Bensouda, a man who disappeared from his party and ignored his roles. Buba Sanneh is speaking. Aja Fadiada, Elaine sister Nyangada Bondijang. Elaine Fenkobone. So Buba Sanneh on the 4th of October 2022 on Facebook. Article survey titled Talib Bensouda, a man who disappeared from his party and ignored his roles. 2021 election. This is 2022. Singare dugaral join movement wala moto bay kolta. Ngo Mark, by the way Mark, investor ni man motorcycle di investor bila ni nalbe duna nyolal. Investor ba da men kal normal motorcycle di yalla. No, defa nalbe duna nyolal wala man. Okay, let me read Buba Sanneh's article for you. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is 2022, 4th of October 2022. Wandifa be daring abe korosirola. Okay, Buba Sanneh after the 4th December election, Talib has been wavering his role as National Organizing Secretary of the United Democratic Party. He only resurfaced when the party already picked up its glorious energy after their major electoral victory in the parliamentary elections. He did not appear in a single spot meeting during the campaign for the National Assembly candidates. The central point is, people should not be in the political party just to advance their personal interests. Serving in the executive is to advance the party's philosophy and agenda. And something that means being defeated. Sorry, serving in the executive is to advance the party's philosophy and agenda. And sometimes that means being defeated. Yes. It means in the great lawyer Dabo's case, the 5 elections that he got into has lost them. But it didn't stop him, because that's part of political life. Talib's hasty congratulatory message to President Barrow, disguised as an official message from his municipal council, when his party rejected the results, reveals his true sneaky nature. Buba Sanneh is speaking since 2022. If he only cares about keeping his mayor seat and ascend to the party's top position, honestly, then he is not living to the philosophical standards and principles of the United Democratic Party that he should follow. Buba Sanneh is speaking 2022 on Facebook. And clearly, UDP has been successful when it adheres to the principles, to a principle for more than 26 years under a terrible dictatorship, not being for or against a few people's idiocracies, but by following the party's interests and principles. It's clear Talib doesn't leave UDP's principles, and the only principle he has is Talib Bensouda. Isn't that a reason to push him out of the party leadership? Already he was in the leadership. That's why Buba Sanneh was saying this. This old saying is, politics is about addition and multiplication, not division and subtraction. Talib is great at division tactics within the UDP and absolutely not good in adding and multiplication. Buba Sanneh is speaking 2022, August 4th. Disregard this photo ops. That's strategic bluff. That's a strategic bluff. That is the photo ops of Talib Abol. We know for a fact that it could take only one major crisis for United Democratic Party to pull back together. And if the receipt for that is to deny the long-standing favored but dangerous kid in the party a top leader role, so be it. So Talib Mol made a Talib Movement and there's an in comment to Janya Ben UDP Kola, Bidol Bija Wolf Fonlia, Simon Gray, Iba Buba Sanneh condemn. This is 2022. What are we talking about? Wandifa jumped into this, let's say January 2024, just last year. But I told them, Wala dina, ikom ntebuka fali balong. Fali balong wala mundi balang kola song. Yalong, inin dol nata na tasilo menambo ngo korosle. Ngalong ko, ye dante sabale na la sistale, inade koy mak. Ye dante fenke la tondi amal koraile, pabi nying inade koy mak. Ini molia busaje abu maronyo la le to moyle fenke nyola audio kono. This has been going on for the longest time. When the Wandifa joined, Wandifa yake social media because wala ke hurt. None of them are bloody. Let them bloody Taliban didn't know. Come and let them face me. The only thing that they can do is to come to UDP. Mark, ma foi de motorcycle da nko. Ma foi de motorcycle da de. Nko investo nya ila lambe investo jumala. Investo nya da motorcycle so la o deserve le de. Investo metal alla dumala be crib karabla. Nte kede da mala comment mag. Mbuka comment dori de. Mbete da mal tarit ka. So this is the Talib philosophy for you. But let's come to Rafia Jab. Nanyim video nate, nanyim play, na play, nanyim article men read, buba sananjay. Nga read dali lola kam. Because I have something here. Me yalong ko Rafi Jab la fo. Abe kangon la kang UDP nkolla. Alina mo Rafi Jab la.
Guy, when you say campaign be 2021, I have this not from Talib, but from inside sources. Ne lawyer da dafa o guy, mu ne mu parade support. The younger generation ñoo di next Talib mooy di potential candidate na ko lieutenant sam yëpp jàppale te loolu soo defee the correlation li nga okay even if they tell you the story but you also see what was happening they click because dañ naan gis Talib di dem di campagne mu ngi def Lawyer Darboe next to moom mu ngi campagne up country te rugi Mali.
You see, not based on evidence, based on akaye memoy, akwa nata menja feko wolmo kilingol. So you see how they misinform and sometimes, unfortunately, outright lie. Because you cannot say ko yenyim promise nyim palasolale without evidence. But ale janga article me ridale Buba Sananjay was saying ko Talib abandoned the party after 2021. So if Talib run away from the party after 2021, you think Darboe will be running after him? Kafa ko nina flag bearer. Guys, it doesn't make sense. Let's continue with his audio. You see, this is kind of fact checking that we do to them at the end of the day.
Choose as their leader.
No, but
so everybody we know that decision was made at the highest level.
That decision was made at the highest level without evidence. Yes. No.
The next leader. Wow, any kind of political party, you have power struggles that go in India because I'm not certain elements you have. They didn't like on decision. One like Sabali, we saw it clearly. Sabali don't like that decision. Talib Movement Jidako. Buyom young Snewe said Kambi, become a recastle. We also saw it said Kambi, like on that decision. For friction we started. Why
No, clarity on this.
It's very clear.
Yes.
Guy, they give this one, Talib Movement the next leader. But there are some people in the party like with this one. Because they want to be. Talib, somebody want to lead the party. You have to lead the party.
Okay, go ahead.
So obviously, political party is normal. That's power struggle is normal in any political party.
Okay.
Since time with Julius Caesar, Lee boy democracy, my politics. You see, I'm on the with Bella. That's normal. You know, you push and pull, power struggle, but today down, everybody come together and move forward. Okay. Let me fast forward, Spain.
Tom is somebody.
So we'll fight loco. Boo, you just had away any Talib Movement leader. Young youngs fully Joe. Learn about your name, my leader, as far as mom is concerned, mom, you know. So, Madam,
what? Any evidence moila? Any evidence? Kafoko, Lawyer Darboe account the Talib. Alta maladlar. But they pedal it.
Don't tell me. Promise them the next leader. They take over leadership, flag bearership. So don't tell me okay, hang on the Lawyer Darboe, just pull United Party together, because when they want to tower, they did not say a lot of political analysts. That's how the way they see it. There was always two camps.
Okay, the opinion of political analysts is being presented here as a matter of fact, like validating the case that he's trying to make. Just the opinion of, he said he's assuming that if any political analyst, that's going to be your opinion, and as a result, that is the fact. You need to present an evidence to say, Darboe said this, but you peddle this, we debunk it. You peddled it, we debunk it. Guys, sorry for the interruption because we are loaded with facts today. Let me read something for you again. 1 second. We are loaded with Mark Jane, listen to me. Mark. Yabra Mark Fongo data you call Omsi. Mark ila brother Yabra can married. Mantra Mark Fongo la jamba. Mark Omsi get along. Because I want to believe ko Mark ngana married mbatele mal. UDP la bylaws regarding the selection of flag bearer. Section 9E. Nkana wala ridaleda. Mark Jane korinte mala do mandimba. Ako ila moy. Any applicant who is aggrieved by the decision of the selection committee and decided to contest as an independent candidate or support another candidate of another party will cease to be a member. Mark Jane. Yamra mema domande. Yamra mema ngo jer alkagar nying associate ning malamun mo furong la ñu bota ñomi ulolo kono boy ñu bota ula bala kono mo this the blab ñu bota dame they literally deserve us to save them billahi wallahi ñu bota ula bala kono some of these ñomi ngas you know the ulo kono ka dame is incredible. It's incredible e ka ula bala kono some of these people mag jana mbaru ngane la ma ngamira nga dulala to ko ma jam. Okay, section E. Section 9E of the UDP's bylaws on the selection flag bearer selection. Any applicant who is aggrieved by the decision of the selection committee and decided to contest as an independent candidate or support another candidate other than the party's candidate shall cease to be a member of the party with immediate effect. So I am hereby notifying you, ladies and gentlemen, that Talib Ahmed Bensouda is not a member of the United Democratic Party, and this is official. This is based on the bylaws. Let me just read it for a second time. This is not Wandifa's words. Any candidate who is aggrieved by the decision of the selection committee and decided to contest as an independent candidate or support another candidate other than the party's candidate shall cease to be a member of the party with immediate effect. You don't cease to be a member of the party with immediate effect. Some of these people, I don't even think they need to resign. The bylaws are clear. They are not members of the UDP. So, Talib, you can play all the technicalities, but our bylaws, based on our bylaws, which are binding, at least on when it comes to within the scope of your within the issues surrounding your membership of the UDP. You know, you are not a member of the UDP. So, many people will describe them as rebels. I don't know. What is the vocabulary? What is the vocabulary? This is the fact. So Talib is not a member, and this is official. This is not Wandifa's words. This is not. Okay? This is the word of the UDP bylaws. Talib member. And I want to believe the same is also applicable. Okay, jara ko nga famane ka okay. Yo atal bali la may lalo hanbi UDP la loi bu mo yalon ko loi kato men landi men membe dending ka pati nyaton ko membe tamila pati nyato pour kata carte fayola loi membe dendi wala ko ako momo yalon ko ite hamo itandi pour ka ke nyaton ko ti UDP la candidate ko pour ka ke UDP la candidate order andu imanna kontani party la selection committee wala la tomondir bunda la tomondir la tomondiro ni tamanna kontani wala inata party nying itata loy faye ko independent wala itata candidate dota yo support ako wotem wala biru wakira drum itamari la UDP nkaya burkata kabiwo tumola tumomen ya decide burkata ka modota ko tom ko support wala lo te fonga independent so manam nimba ko nimba lankene malaka ka famoliye sono ya kono anin kulwoni famaji kono wala nyindi ko momo ya lonko ite hamo ifana ye hamo itan le ko la fana la UDP la nyaton kodi pour kara carte foyo la ni tam man na nyaton ga yasoto i bota je ne tombon i ko be lolé faye ka ke independent wala ko be lolay faye ka ke moti me ya lonko e be candidate do la support la UDP la ñim bay lol ko section 9E ako ay itandi la ko ite mo molti me yalon ko ila UDP ngadi ya abrukata kabrum to momena yengan yota ka itandi ko be bulala candidate do no ma wala be lolé faye ngamere ñim ko Sanneh set Talib Ahmed Bensouda manki UDP ngoti kotek. Okay, this is it. My sister, idang mala sang murundo nyingan. So Rafia muna betente na Rafia lalabang because Rafia benye memfo kanjang is not making sense. You know, it is disturbing. Talib is not a member, and that's official.
Of the story. One come way, I'm not one need of Halaini, that for the pie, then buy party. That will never happen. Wow, and then there's another Kambuda one. Lord, I was also saying, we wali, it's just like Pumuki Party United, and then towards the end, he will abandon. But come President Alabar Lumo House, you will find a key. Munanu Noini, the Nan Bomlone, no Nekadi, took over leadership. Why no see how many pie come on how pie. How many pie they will never give them the party. So man never say Talib never come the more fagay. Man never say Magadu Momuge Masla di. Man never say my garden between Talib, they go use Dara politics. Dagani platform, man mani, Balamadu politics, how many politics politics. Falanya Kano, I came to discuss. Because man can home. Time but people don't see me nationally. So when I take that decision and I'm about to politics, do man kind of manual gis manual I'm for a few months, manual ham. Madonna announce. That is normal. Yes. So Talib going to
ngala doctor.
It's not that I use party, that's just
Dr. Gaji go for na waleke. Another I media access ni fiti fata fat. Yeah, Konada, you're right. After I access like in fat, but I access to the media wrong, then I announce. You know, I like him from Malaf Kalajim video to the play. The other issue, what I need to condemn Talib, Kumado Fanabijang, Mark Jane, I think I will need your opinion on this. Mark, Yalon Sunyaron be Kamenta Wolokam, but yeah, especially attending political kono. Allah pejo me Yalon Kola, la diaspora pejodi, Alibe, pejo nying. Alialo pejo men ale pejo men lo ala diaspora pejo nim kumu peji le me ala sunyatale mag saho sew jifari men kamata ko sew jifari abe America abe Angleterre le abe kufuri nga katu mo lunde na katu defa wonen nga fa nga ni be sa jifla gelol akatu defa wonen na bari nga moy ka jodi ada bak ni mo liama katu le fengela ba fa le ma jego imalon kon de British citizen development nga ida malon to kam nga British citizen lan to gol drag le mbol sama la Iraq le bak do Afghanistan. So ajere atenye magza obere mo kurumbale mo magza yo pejo a sunya la tola ko Talib Movement diaspora krib karab so bari kenne mo me wafula ko nana maketa anara na posto kunun ako pejo nyim manke officiality Talib la pejo so adum dolafta kula me alon ko wolbe ka senandi roto nyinde. Yeah, Mark Janama, Anambra is not my problem, to be honest with you. If that is the thing, to be honest with you, that's it. Because I'm here to expose the movement for now. This is me caring. Tilo membe boring de benjala wala. Tilo me boring benjala wala. So kanam batandi. The movement on expose come because nga pejo me ale pejo me sunya ma laughing molvo. Oh Mark, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry, Mark Jan. I'm very sorry. I apologize. Brother, apologies. I'm apologize because ala sunyaro ala mo sunyaro leke idala woni pejo sunya bar tale mbenyen kala nyim pejo la lungolu Magdan I'm apologize baral kakar sunyaro gabe sunyaro bulala baral tata le la kafolo ala la pejo create so kenno ngotondi nana maketa I pejo la sura ko wo pejo wolen official and I don't deny wo nsonta left I'm convinced that at least ko wole mu tonyati bari nyindo fana ya understand nyindo fana be jele ando ale la diaspora tola ando pamane le wo pejo develop atara fay mo tansa wili tansa banin sabasoro ika follow okay yes ngoroma ya lo defo ngo munsa kino ele fan abambulle so ale sunya ro menke biri pejo ale pejo nyimen sunya alia to falling alia ke ko alla diaspora wingland I don't kudo like that kuno and I'm sorry if anyone of you feel disappointed because some of these people ngalon ko nyurbe maka because nkan keku nkan prepare for kalbara me yalon ko even na UDP ko tarlam fefa nkan prepare wala kam so kuno ila modo prominent din ko na be America la nga sajin din na you know nyinanding do yalan ndarat la mok sot leje straight ama me ngena dafa ngay crime mo nyink you know ama jere nga jam fort ko bari ñen talibanol dal do bi je ma ñaka siya bak ya ite ndol man jam fet la ko kisi soro ranget kisi ngi ronget tara ite be you know ite ba mana jaw yala police oli yeta yena dal ye mok sot par billahi yes mbaki lele salam ñagas mak la nda bribe la fam ayta ablayta na boy mak ni free la sudo ngol ngol sudo ba yalla wol ka die sudo ba de am ka die because mu sudo do bulad ngla ni free da you know 45 50 years da sudo do ko me kana worry when investment go right me retire and juna ali retirement ngi promise wala that's my promise between me and my son ali retirement so yalla maningol kamen ko hani men tekela mo sikaramira. Even in media, I have some ideas about it. Yesterday, a woman called me, telling me this. And to be honest with you, I have to give credit to her. But these are some of the things that UDP need to be prepared. And I told her, yes, I agree completely. UDP and they prepare a situation of like a blackout for media blackout, all these private media. And I'm not saying this because of the issue, okay? I'm saying this. Somebody called me telling me this. What about you family member China, chip ring, T-shirts and stuff like that. UDP masing all sang me along ko by T-shirt or print la. Instead of iba na T-shirt or dasi jeans, T-shirt or mafin maybe $50 or $100. And T-shirt campaign water is going to go to 500. I kid you not. Abe share la baga because right now it's like 250, 300, dolby 350. I don't mean the quality level. Yeah, understand? 200, 250, 300. So UDP can be able to bring it down to 100 or 75 or 50. By way of just Kamasimos and China, Katisa Jama order and China, because Haninda Fonse Tizaros and China. But if I want to make the best profit, the most profit, I have to order in large quantities UDPS working as a party. At all men Jibegan, Altan Facebook time and Ronald Dani. Left you know, many media donation dano, I link donation okay, Jangal Dani Lukare. Nime left Fanang fenko wave yang text nga number nyinki nga ke post ni fono wave number bi ne jerit e be wave kala ne wave number nyinki asen je ye recito ya screenshot kinye o yakin de ide wala yakin nan si sawe we want to buy equipment menalon ko mbed na kol kala non fayel o manke kon te mainstream media use la bari e nyankumo kon yiko mom fano ka tariyala anu mo ila lesinol men yalon ko wala ku jawol men kala in the past nyanda prepare wala UDP fana jibe foi say fault sometimes. Because UDP but I'm in beta yajame jamano. UDP nyanda tara lorne ko hani media blackout sota mo be ni middle be en ax yen nononkun yen choncho ntol nyanta fan no content bondi no la lafta la nyame but ma soto no why okay maybe Talib no len stop but sai al nga kem family I don't still don't lie nin pare dal bajala me joran nan sana mbafla le joran yana capacity munadi semene keno so what now we cannot tell you right now from which specific equipment because it's going to be determined by how much I mentioned. The biggest one we can get is an OV van. Maybe we can buy some screens to capture different screen angles. Camera sabasoto, camera nani, different angles. China, all you need. China, you need all, and you can go to Alibaba. Yes, okay. My own camera, okay. Yeah, a woman was telling me this. So we need to, you know, have those machines. Yeah, Jara go UDP got a machine. I don't know, but even if you get a machine, you need to buy a lot of T-shirts. So T-shirt you get it for a lower price. So I'll tell it 10,000, 20,000 T-shirts, for example. Ibaja Albasul around 50 cents, 60 cents. The one at Gambia is cheap. It's cheap. You understand? So that is none T-shirt because they said on presidential election of you know, I literally had to come to my Facebook. I didn't T-shirt or man T-shirt or Fenda of a malaring alaji nanyo nka dindola. Dindola ya nyo ngole buka venue kuya. Going over T-shirt. Amanya na keke wala nyama. Intel phone nyantam fam prepare. You understand? So when it comes to this, a form of employment for some of our people. They are jobless for the time. In this 1 year, in stock. Presidential election. So these are some of it. This woman told me that, and I thought it was a very good idea. Maybe I don't know if we can implement it now, but next year budget okono. you know, ningali a budget next year. Na media mona bije. You jorong di mo kilin we all know. We don't know party media. But possibly modole idea. But whatever modole jorong so da faye, mo killing mo fula maybe mo sabafam. Dol jorong belbulo, jorong killing. But ndala party of be jorong nyanta menu sanangi lani na pabi da okay, Abokar Dabo, you are right. I should not say all that. But because you never know who is watching. So coming, we are none of the strategic planning. But sometimes, Abokar, I believe some of the things that you need to tell some of these people, it's also good you have a social media. Because sometimes the level of implementation, it can be like a more proactive more. So maybe in the more final idea an ordinary woman was telling me this. A brilliant idea. And we need to implement this. So that means this should be done. But what are we doing with the machine? You know, I thought kusinol fine studio dolo kono ntol nyata function studio based and yajale jare commencement bi jare studio fana be pipeline. Our people have all these ideas, but are they functional? So ntol wala na ngani go for me men kana pay yodo tek ntol ko we want something that will actually work. And I promise you, just contribute, please. I'll donate as much as you can to the GoFundMe, to all the links in the number to PayPal them, whatsoever. I'll donate, and you see what we are going to do. Singadembang. No, idea don't be involved for no, but I agree. You have a point. I don't. So you're right. So these are the things, you know, nyantam from prepare in doomsday. Comment doomsday preparation. So UDP nyanta function studios no la me ko be broadcasting kenola UDP nyanta satellite internet o sotlale. Satellite internet anyanda sotolale. Starlink nyanta sotla me ko or any other internet me ko itulta interoperable. We should be prepared for everything. Contingency plan na brother. So alanga, you know, but mantra namol they don't deserve to be blamed right now because in action ying omo ngalan ko ele kenyo tombo nyon na mol. You understand? So wala le mutano. So wala nanko nyanta falina. Na implementation. Na strategy la implementation nyanta falina. Dukare ngali dani na Facebook timeline on itata je di nya click dron ibe go for min kalaje. Na ko do be nyanta na si sawle ya then ibaje la ko kambe ngana jorango sa ngani men fala jorango me yalan ko deul bi mobile. At least ni sula rapuru ni pa bi bira blare naita within the country. You understand? So please, I'll make I'll donation okay. Nyanda go for me donation venko kelal namira fundraising event kelale on TikTok or maybe on Facebook. But to time there's a lot going on in the UDP schedule right now. So, but please, Momo Sano, please donate. If you believe in revolution, if you believe in change, if you believe that the way things were going during the Talib Movement time in UDP is much to be desired. You think that we need to change everything. You donate. We will come back to you here and tell you what we spend your money for. Your money on. We will buy modern equipment. But I'll be happy. We want to be able to capture 3 different camera angles at least minimum. Nina pabiwe dauda. Your mind. Ndobe do studio. No studio for membula nyul mo la ko do tale data fay studio do la ko ya mol malo. Itara yo ko ndo di do le la itara, you know, ika budget sort of for media, but itol damal ye nyum men ko I can tell you nobody can explain this. Mota phone ole muneketa. Mota phone ko do tata min tole. Men lon nak akoita. Wala ñu after the presidential election dole Range Rover san. Dole motor safe yela. Men ga dana ka donation mo dana mol bulu outside e kana funa mari ko ani tenente karle mol donate e do man ngere jibo ko do man mo sabala video audio boni biya bolo foka alta mo sabala audio la man and this is what they have been doing to the party itelle mo nafang ntol mam mo nafang UDP mam mo nafang ñun ma UDP ma so hanata ngo ñun fo le on the mind nyama danta o damal 2026 is what a shot a jarita la ngana best try. Now believe to call me on the Talib anala moment better. Do correct. Let's continue. I'll contribute to the party. I'll contribute a party in some. So Allah pay joining. Nana makeda ko. Allah pay $1 soto. Me ala wala official. Nana makeda joining. akale page lo so wala official de ako nyen do ako fossa do profile le baron kambang ako fo mo do le mba man pare ka recognize so dugare ngal dan yudi bin ko ale nga talib na la mol nyin ka page juma le mu ito la page because page men sunya da pamane la page abe maksa o bulu sun kanyo abe la Angleterre aka tayula movement o ayatola wala abo gara baraka so pamane la page nyin ale men sunya kibaro fo albina wala kala sayin fenkoti bang albo kala la diaspora media fenkoti bang fo albe page de dala because mak saw bo page ronkane birinde bo boleje tungo menala admin so la e post la atabe jele ibrahima tunko mare na be je anu mala juma askrin soto be mbolen kanyul men to be wala be je afon la post akay Wandifa ni ngadu wo dol be bo bonni je so say pamane la page nyin wala be kele la diaspora media team wala page di ba fo albert son nako mol kamen fo talib nyul ka manipulation olge talib nyul ka sunyaro olge falbe son naka page ta me yalonko albert al diaspora media kele page al pamane la page say ndama al pala page say ndama falba la media presence alba lola munekan sunyaro bari I want to believe nana ma memfo anala kumbe ha yalla ay ter dola soto uma ter kenne balde wala ko atina mbigala fa jambala ko to rek ter kenne ba dole babul me alonko wala ko ga nam mbigala fa jambala ko so bari amon kuriya ke janda memfo lata ko atafana memfo len toñati okay, Wando, I'm not UDP, but don't lie. Do code rec is my brand. Youngs Dabo is my chairman, so I need that t-shirt. Even Mindole, Aliu, how can I get it? Okay, Aliu Mat. Nibe tuba do. Unfortunately, man printing ke follow sa distribute, but I wanna do it as soon as Franco. At a mail bag, but Gambia, I still have t-shirt here. Gambia t-shirt obje. Nila ka Gambia like it's not a problem. But science and priority muna media quality. Pruka equipment also. So Ali, if you want, just tell me your location. Nintuba do la master flow. Start. I will remember your program. Ali Umar, I remember that, and I'll contact you. Or you send contact. No, let's say in 2-3 weeks time, contact me. So Talib na la molunga nyininga. Ale pa mani la page o mengali asunya. Ali ba la media diaspora media page. Alba lola wale kam sinkiro kambang fo. Ali be page o la yelela because nana man fana nim page o nara lo page o ali o start from scratch. Anda nyana kila wala nyam. So wala na nimol kale ko al nimbaro be mo kilingo yamala do nimbaro man kilimba because baro felendi wala molu fabu nyol ngoto fabu wala na yam bloka tariya fabu nyol ni dole ni na pejol tara ani na groupol so aro final kal bole ka sirif jame abaraga you want it in yellow jare no problem better that customize la mbeto bodol I promise you. So this is like Gambia na unsa so no woro. I think I still have a few in yellow. Yeah. A German white, but I have a few in yellow because people started demanding it, just like the other question I went. So Talib na la molu, ali pa mane la pejo alba sen la ban fala. Yala maxa nga fo le nyen ko be malo sot la je man danko. Fale fi mbala mut. Yala mo ni ak ngo kene nyaare fa ngala nyen ko no jeme bi je ak ngo ko nyen sio la fon la brain selol wardat. Ni ma nyim pejo sen ni molol betula. Mole la kafu mello. Okay, Ali Umar, no problem. I'll get to you. Nga be am fallo na me lo nyawnya, but ela last name nila name. I think I've heard your name before. Are you not from Julafar? Nyima jane. No, yule pamane la pejo sunyal. Ya famle. Ye pamane la pejo sunyale. 33 ba sunyal around 33,000 followers. Itari la diaspora media pejo lowal ke kataba Talib la fengol post ji. So wala menke yininga fo SK. Gamdenol kal tum sunyaro menna. Wala malman kutoti bang? SK sunyaro man kal man kutoti. SK sunyaro man kal man kutoti bang? Because I don't understand this. Ale wandi pejo sunya alkalta sayndila. Ale wandi dingola pejo sayndama. Talib na la molu. Mo e fengo melo since 2018. Aliyo mudalia sunya. Algara Talib la agenda post di. Al mamol. Al pamane la pejo sayndama. Dukare ngali dani. Lambaro. Ndefa ide Rotterdam ndesita Rotterdam kongara tizato sambetele. Ndesita Rotterdam kongara tizato sambetele lambaro. Kana mvea. Yes, Suare. No, kana worry, memengela. You are from Kasakunda. Okay, no problem. Ali Umar, don't worry. I'll which page? Binda. Binda, sell a number. Fem column. Imagine yaki je page on into Kinadile. Munere movement on contact you into Lale. You people know to look ya call and then you fonka in la. Unite Movement for Change Diaspora Media Group, Media Team. Unite Movement Diaspora Media Team. A Facebook page. Nila after mass and WhatsApp. Ya sunya permanent bulu. Page on ya permanent la create 2018. Gambian UDP Kibaro. The name has carried UDP. Sorry, the page has carried the name of UDP from 2018. For B. For last week, Mark Sao. Mo furimba abe Angleterre. At la sunya. Binda say invite no lembatu ngaji be fombe invite no binda diba ndesa binda na man na Facebook live ngam request la mala no la ba ya e mala ka kenya nga request ki la ela be nyanda notification no la oh binda dunda lokile oh wow okay abe dunga join Lamin Baro, are you selling it or you giving out for free? Yes, it's for sale. Eka moila binda. All right, binda dunda.
You hear me?
Yes, me my gun. All right. Binda marine add kolega. Send a request again. Dumudo. Binda bela Facebook apo close la na balanda for the second time apo nyum close la ya yelo ko denga. United Kiang aka ako dumbudo kian dumbudo kulebe dumbuto be sankandi. Dumbudo sankandi. Lambaro okay namirano sorry I know one other Lambaro Rotterdam NBB Ngolam. Nyima jane Gambia no problem. Yeah, matcha ate nga file nga ita manyin call phone no ita phone ita kada woni page yo sunya broad daylight mo be ala ngoy ita lanyin ni wo si bagala mo bu kelo barne mo lelo be to drag la social media Gambia be ala ngoy mo sungal ila bu melo mo phone be isolate la because wo page on dal so na yo use ya ke daw dam bi daw la Gambia ko lene ko ñu lay mo page yo ya sunyal matcha woni page yo sayndi creativity yalla kanyina fa alla on originalness alman original talibi ñi nek jang tata abura insurance company to dogola anara ka mole ko corporate governance kabrin 2018 adara corporate governance principle lel ta de sama KMC ama nje sama ali daha yeah I understand now Lambaro binda ibe Facebook ibe apo close la nya close after my request kile in 1 minute time again kianko ni mbale bara kiam mindola kian is one of my favorite places you know. A close friend of mine is from Ala Julafar area, so I do go there. I went there 2 times. On one occasion, actually, in that leave for no, actually, in that Kian now. Kian is just my place. I'm a bloody Kianka. Just don't try me. I'm a bloody Kianka. I went to 2005. Was it? I went to 2004, 2003, 2004. I went to Dumbudo La Forest Station. I went there for holiday. You know. And in Guadalcanal, I travel a lot between Dumbudo. No. Fat Kamara started only. Lambaro officially Adamu UDP Malera Baronja Malera. You have to text me, you have to call me, you tell me Malera. I think you want me to just treat you nice. Are you UDP for so? Ni wala unang mo salbrella. Boy, ndam ki angol boy. Boy, jare ila ke dara bamane yalla you know. Ila mo dara bamane yalla. So yeah, Urokan, Kadano Urokan. Yeah, Urokan. I know a few people from there. You know, at the time, I really love Kiang. But Kiang Kadinula, I used to think Jarangas were very stubborn, but I find something very, 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 what is it called? Something that I was also stunned by. When Kiang Kadinul, you know, come Libo.
Intel ka libo kala but intel mang hani libo la kyan ka dinong hani libo la nyama boy wal ka libo ke nyama is different man. It's different. Until our time, I think we went like 2-3 times because I remember like in a jam or nanga libo witness jail over the year feel of on the coma je. Can't go libo ke do la bier. Ya you bana libo la man. Trust me. So ya hani dan do la libo. La ilaha illallah. Guy ka liol dom. So and then I also went to what is it called? Julakunda. I was on Julakunda for holiday. Was it 2008, 9, 10? I don't know. Oma phone la da. I also went to Julakunda. No, I went to Julakunda. Julakunda ni mburo ni taburo ngoto ni atondi misira wol bebe nyobala. I went to Julakunda. Meno Julakunda. Nabo abata Julakunda. Whatever Julakunda ni burong. I mean, now wol bebe killing it almost. Okay, I will call you tomorrow. I will come to visit you. We can. Okay, no problem. One Bakarimane is trying to join. Binda ang computer selenda. Bari ali ite binda. Major kotek. No, Kiang is a very, very nice place. And I also felt like they are being neglected because the Tankular area is amazing. What is it called? Oh, Nena Karanta Nena Bora Karanta. Nena Yamato Karanta. But very nice place, man. And I think we have it's also, the Kiang West National Park. The Tankular area, the fishing opportunities there, the water transport network, the fact that ani ngolon ne ngal ne bara kuina la ngoro je ngolon ngalon ne jati bara kuina la koringol man jutula de ajilla illallah ajilla have a reason for that. No, but and then Tendaba, I went to Tendaba. I will never forget that experience, man, bro. Kia is, I have very excellent memories of Kia. Kia is amazing, man. La will like to like. But I'm going to remember now. To be honest with you, because I'm going to do it. If I forget, nah, but I'm going to do it. I'm experience about them. La will like to like. Boy, you know Tendaba, boy, that's. Kia is just amazing, man. It's amazing, man. To be very frank with you, amazing, just amazing. Because it's not just come. Maybe if you can say maybe but I've seen genuine places that like the national park. The fact that the opportunities Mr. Bono and it's almost neglected by the government. Tourism is enormous. You have Tankular tourism oriented destination. How near running Badibunin can Badibunin combo connect no water transport system. What are we talking about here? So UDP they are very right in supporting to the UDP because Kiang has a lot of opportunities that are not being exploited, being taken advantage of the right way. Very amazing place. Mas Allah ba ko la tul mo loki atul signol wol mo criminal ole nyomi ngoli ko e ko baro e tol nenele ako abe silol dokule so silo dogo e karreva e ngoy go ani go yal nyakule alam politiko betenne birabal wole na force akale na ko no kana wore ma dilela okay kengeno is from Tendaba. Wow, Tendaba inna lillahi. What is amazing, bro? Amazing. Trust me. It's very nice village, boy. No, ni Gambia diara man. Mokane kachandi faye foye so wala de ko Gambia man diara. Gambia nice. Gambia nice. So you see, okay, let me just deviate to politics here. So I got a new docker, new more, new politician all time. It will come to Gambia left for long. You understand? Iman dung hurung kol kono imam moltra in their natural habitats. Me along kaman ke political. Itaman Gambia ne man taadula do ni mole kacha yefenu long. You understand? Imam moltra la natural habitat na pobirita sula cartel. You don't even know those people. You don't even know those people. Leave me alone. You don't know them. Yeah, Kiang, I'll invite you to Kiang Julakunda Taburongoro, Burong and Misra. Amazing. In fact, what are you guys? Okay, yeah, Julakunda and I don't know Misra, and Janatema. Bintang. What crossing point on you? What a major ferry lane and a sort loud. What am I because that's very easy. Instead of it, for Sankandi, Transgambia, you're doing it in Karantabala. No, Nin Karantawasilo da data ah, kana findi na fo buron nin taburon ko blala masi misral. Ibaja ko ne ferry kendo fonso. Ah, kabo bintang, ye cross ta misira. Kian fela suno yat. Very easy. What are your thoughts on MPs vying for second portfolio? I think, to be honest with you, it will be grossly unfair for Manjana Anyinina because of the culture, the presence of the culture. But okay, now if we have to talk about it as a whole, comment culturally, fine and that's what you understand. I would say culture they should be members by default to the executive, but portfolio do I would say no. But now culture be caring already. You come MP do it. So to be honest, it's going to be unfair to that person. I understand. So yeah, this time around, I think they can buy for it. It's okay and it's normal. Okay, I'm program open. 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, for you the best MP in Parliament. Lamin Sise, Kiang West, Willem, for you 2 years ago. That's because people like Madi. Because I know Madi. Madi is if I was the strategy for Madi Sise, I would push him to anything. Based on, I'm just saying this based on personal interaction. I think Madi has that positive energy in him that can literally ignite you to just like him. I don't know why he's not as outspoken as Anjanaga Kachano. You see, last time when he made an audio, how it is. I met him in person, and his energy is just likable. It's almost transmittable. His energy, trust me. He's one of those. I wish, But anyway, I told our people, Lamin Sise is like your best. And I was saying this to signal something. But today, you see where he is. He will always be vindicated. That man, give him the vindication cap. He's your best. We have a lot of good people, good MPs. And some have learned and improved on the job. You look at ML Ba, first beginning of his term to now. You look at his public utterances, his genuine and very critical criticism of critical issues. The way he takes on issues, the way he speaks on issues, the professional way he approaches issues. Those, I would say, he's one of the most improved, if not the most improved MP. Based on comment, beginning and end sign. I think ML is the most improved. From being what looks like a passive MP to more like a proactive one. So people are learning on the job. And even in the government, this happened. Even in the government, it happen. So when we also criticize, we have to go soft. We don't have to go all out on them sometimes. We have to create that little room for them to improve. It's good. And I think ML is a beneficiary of that. But talking about young and good leaders, I see that same thing in Lamin Mane. And I'm saying this here, I want to be on record to tell you, UDP, I know there's a lot of people who call for Palazzo. Lamin Mane will come back to this because he's educated. He's not desperate for this position. He has a bachelor's degree. And Albida portfolio, yeah. But he Wandifa na flow kanya ba londo la kanya ba smartness. I don't care what you can come here with your fancy dress, clothes and everything. Nita mi da vanta fono la ko den ka karda dunga nyin den ka karda. Ala man so ala ma mukari mi manofa. Ba ninga je mo. Me ala ngo nyimbe je nyin ka sude la. Ala ta ala recruit. I beg you, please ngal dan. I plead with you, UDP ngal dan. I'll find a way to incorporate Lamin Mane. Let's push for because he's applying, so definitely I'm campaigning for him. And to the leadership, Kartebe file I'll recruitment on Albagila Lamin Mane consider. Dinding Kendeba, Dinding Fahamrimba, anu nga londoni hikma men jabala believe to ka patio na fala soma believe to that's my submission ala baraka bak nta so mari kala de mbe mbulaje ngam nin nata lundo guys mawbe ye problème o di galla de galbe na inbox ko ngakari la ko publish ko al bankende ya ala baraka bak mo programme o nyina nyana sukuda sama do ko te bayla ala baraka omsi ya baraka bak ngay na bambano